Hello and welcome to Group Critique Workshop. I'm Mr. Ivy, and over the next couple of weeks we're going to be covering a variety of different techniques that you can use to critique your own work and the works of others. You've already logged into the class Moodle page, so I want to give you a quick tour over what to expect. First, please note that this class is fully online. At no time will we ever meet in class to discuss your projects or to go over anything that we're working on. However, if you need to contact me, if you have any problems or questions, please feel free to email me, or if you can visit our campus, find me during my office hours to discuss anything that you need. Next, have a look at our semester timeline. On this timeline, it'll give you an idea of all of the start and finish dates for each of the different units. And you can see we're going to have about 5 different units to cover, 1 unit per week. Every unit will always start on a Monday, and for the most part, unless I tell you otherwise, it'll be finished by that Friday. Also, there may be other due dates, like a first critique date, and those will usually happen on a Wednesday. As you work through here, pay attention to the start dates and due dates for each of the units as we move along so that you can keep track and keep up with all of your assignments. Going back to our Moodle page, as new units open up, you'll be able to see them added on to the Moodle page. And for now, you can see our first unit. This will give you a rough idea over what we're covering. And notice that I have 2 different due dates. There's a first draft due date, which is on a Wednesday, and then there's a final critique, which is due by that Friday. So as you turn things in, please note the 2 different dates and what I'm expecting you to turn in at that time. Next, under the Review tab is where you can find all the information about what we're going to be doing that week. If you click on the PDF, these are the instructions for the kind of critique that we're going to be covering. Once it loads up, you can read through the instructions and also how to set up and what to do for this particular week's project. Every week is going to be slightly different, but you're going to be expected to be writing and reviewing different kinds of artwork. So pay close attention to exactly what I'm looking for and what I need you to turn in. Going back to the Moodle page, underneath the information about the project, you'll find a folder of some example critiques. Now, these are different kinds of critiques that I've found online that are great inspirations to follow. These are simply meant for you to read through on your own just to get ideas for how people use language, how people use their voice, and the kinds of artwork that can be critiqued. I've tried to find a good variety of different kinds of artwork, everything from fine art to graphic design, just to give you an idea of how you can use and write your own critiques. These all come from professionals. In addition to this, I'll have a variety of different unit videos, and these are very important because in these videos I'm covering exactly what I want you to do for your different kinds of critiques. Additionally, I'll go over what to do for each of the projects, so make sure to watch these videos before you begin any kind of written critique. Finally, pay attention to what I want you to turn in. Notice that there's a first draft critique this week and a final draft. When you click on this, pay attention to the due date. Again, you'll have till midnight on this date to be able to upload something to work on. Because you're going to be writing a lot, I need to be able to open and write notes or make tweaks to whatever you submit to me. Because of this, I need you to submit your work as a Word or a Pages document. I cannot open and edit a PDF or any unknown format. Now, if you don't have Microsoft Word or Apple Pages, feel free to use Google Docs. You can open up something and type out all of your work and then be able to download it in a Word document that you can send to me. But if I don't get it in one of these 2 formats, then I will not be able to open it and I will not be able to give you credit for your work. The same is true for your final critiques as well. Now, when you upload your first draft critiques, these are meant to be due before the final draft so that I can give you feedback and you can make appropriate adjustments. So if you don't hit this due date, then this will probably severely impact your final due date. The final thing I'll note is that there are two different grades you're going to have for this unit. Your first drafts, which are usually due by Wednesday, will count 20% of your overall grade. And your final drafts are going to be the remaining 80%. So it's very important that you turn in both a first and final draft each week, and you do so by their due dates. Again, if you have any problems or questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm looking forward to working with you this week, so let's have some fun.